Hey, greetings, Sutter Corporation alumni. Hey, it's your friend Dan Kramer back with you. I've been introduced to the group through Christine Lozier recently, and it's great to see a bunch of names. I'm really sorry about the people we've lost. I know it's been tough over the years. It's a long haul to spend decades in the business and lose friends and valuable colleagues. But for those of us that are still here, we still have work to do. I thought I would take you through what I'm doing now. I've developed a simple new knee rehabilitation product after having been around the block in rehab, the rehab products world and the surgical products world, and mostly in ortho, a little bit of a side trip over to wound care, but that's another story. And for the most part, I want to just say, the valuable experience at Sutter is really unsurpassed. What a great company, perfect timing for the marketplace, and we did well. We all succeeded well. So I'm going to write a couple things down. Why did we succeed? We're all smart and outgoing people, but it is patience, right? This all revolves around taking care of patients. I don't even like the word patient anymore. I think it's more like clients. Okay, clients even has kind of a cold feeling in a way. It's not clients. It's like these people become friends. And they're friends, and good friends become family. It's like family. That's what we were doing at Sutter. We were all family. This is what healthcare should be about. There's a lot going on in healthcare, and it's too much to try to tackle. But the bottom line is, people have to have access to products that they can understand and that they can afford. And if you're out there administrating a CPM program with cold therapy and e-stim and everything, hey, that's great as long as that can be done properly and patients understand it. A lot of therapists tell me, "Oh, CPM was a thing in the past." No way. Maybe it was in terms of we don't see the industry and the manufacturers these days. But here's the key point. The key point is that knee rehabilitation is the same today as it was in 1989 when I joined up with Sutter. It's the same thing. You've got to take care of that inflammatory process. You've got to get the tissue repair and then the functional regeneration of tissues. So it's been a strange trip. What a long, strange trip it's been. But it is really the same process. So let's take a look here at what I've done, and then I'll kind of tell you where I'm at with it. Okay, so first of all, here's a little rack card, the BendAid product. I've trademarked the name BendAid. As you can see, it's a simple orthotic showing it leveraging full flexion. And then back of the rack card is, this is like a little card to hand out to patients. How can I order it? Is it affordable? Yes, it is. How does it help? And we'll get into that. So I'm going to swing the camera around here, and we're going to actually show you the product here. So bear with me because I'm the producer and the director and the person who's starring in this little film. But look at that. Okay. So there's the BendAid sitting in the corner. Got a chair that I'm sitting on. You can't see the chair. Look, I'll pull the chair in. You can see the little office chair. But the key thing is it doesn't have like anything right underneath it. So this is chair technique for flexion. So you have to be sort of sitting on the edge a little bit so that your knee can actually flex. All right, this is the device. This is the BendAid device. Handle, frame, 30-degree bend in the frame, adjustment for tall patients, although most people don't even need to use the adjustment. You have an ankle foam piece and a calf strap. So this is how it works. Loosen the calf strap, put the ankle foam piece in front of the ankle, calf strap goes behind the leg, velcros onto itself, and now you grab the handle, push forward, and again, it's hard to see here because I don't film very well, but I'm going to try to change it a little bit here. Let's see what we can do. All right, so when my elbows are extended, my knee should be at about 130 to 140, which is plenty for flexion, as we all know. I think I think flexion is underappreciated in this day and age. It's like, hey, you got 105 degrees of flexion, great, but man, when you look at it, you need maximum flexion to function. I mean, really, if you've lost flexion, you've lost some ability. So the BendAid, the key platform is flexion, but it does a lot more than that. So what else can the BendAid do? Right now, I can I can turn on my quads and push to try to extend my knee, and basically I'm driving the handle down into my leg. So then I grab it with my hands, resist. Now I'm doing a isometric quad set. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, so here's another thing, and we all know this from the CPM days, but how many people did you treat with reflex sympathetic dystrophy? And that's a devastating complication, and now it's called complex regional pain syndrome. I guess that's the new nomenclature, so to speak. But one of the things that I've discovered, and I've talked to many total knee patients over the years, I'm sure you have, it's like, they go into therapy, the therapist says, hey, you're a little behind on your flexion, we got to move that leg. So they grab the ankle, drive it down, get a bunch of flexion, go, hey, great job, and then the patient goes home, and it's like they get a little mini inflammatory response, right? They don't do much except ice it for the next days, and they dread the next visit to therapy because they're behind on their flexion. So what do? You give them a tool that they can work their own range of motion. You get a pain point here, you back off it a little bit, you push forward a little bit until that pain signal, from knee to spine to head is manageable. That's a key thing. It's such a key thing. So we talked about flexion. Will the BendAid work on extension? Therapists have figured out a way, and there is a way. I'm pushing flexion in my literature because there are a couple other devices out there. There is some intellectual property with one device that sells for about 5 times as much as this on extension. But hey, it can do extension too. So let's talk about a couple other things now. Okay, I'm gonna take the BendAid off, and we're gonna go back to where things are at for me in the development of product. I'll go back to the board, man. This is cool. This is family, right? All right, this is family. So I've been working just out of my funds, my personal funds, for 18 months, and I did all the development of the product. But even take you further back, where did the product originate? A lot of you knew that my dad was an orthopedic surgeon, and in 2007 he had knee replacement, and he basically handcrafted the first little orthotic like that. I picked it up in about 1.5 years ago out of the closet, and I changed it. I did a couple little things to make it, better and more reproducible, and but the basic design was his. I actually inverted it to make it better for flexion. So that's where it came from. 2007 is really where this originated. And then 1.5 years ago, I did the work to get it, drawn out and source manufacturers and get production going. Built 100 pieces and just started recently selling them the last couple months. Really pilot test market, It's being received very well, although I realize that you can't change habits overnight, and it's a strange environment. The healthcare environment is a business environment. We got to get away from that. We got to get healthcare back into people's hands, where you empower a patient and give them the tools, what they need to rehabilitate or to prevent disease, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's being very well received, and it's very low cost. It costs a patient $189 direct. I don't have insurance coding because that's $1 million deal. You guys know that. You gotta get your big studies with an institution. You get Mayo, or you get Cleveland Clinic or somebody in there, or Kaiser, whatever. It's direct to patient, $189. It's about like a cable bill every month, right? And it's a valuable tool. So it's got a lot going for it. What are my challenges? Why am I talking to you guys so much about this? I'm at the point now where I need to start looking to scale up, and that means to get some investment money, some infrastructure in terms of company with an existing sales force. I can't go out and make all the calls that I'd like to. I wish I was out on the road every day, but I can't be in a million places like that. So this is where I'm at. I'm really looking now, quietly starting to look for companies or individuals that can really take this and scale it up. That's me. That's what I live right now. I live every day. I'll finish here by telling you one story. I've got one of the BendAids at the therapy clinic that's on the campus with the Minnesota Vikings at their new training center, which is like a whole city in itself. And I get a referral out of there. I get some referrals for patients out of there, and the last one that I got was a guy who owns his own company. Maybe he'll turn into an investor for me. But hey, typical story that you hear when you start with a new product and people go, well, where do I use this product? Okay, so this guy had total knee replacement at a major clinic in southern Minnesota. You can put the puzzle pieces together and figure out. He got an infection. He got a big infection. He had components removed, tibial femoral components removed, patella, and then he had that bone resected because the infection was in bone. He's then on a vancomycin drip, IV drip, for 6 weeks, and basically just, this is a regular guy, probably my age, sounds like about my age, late 50s. So now he's waiting. He's in a waiting pattern, until they make sure that it's clean, and then they're gonna not this facility that did his primary, but another surgeon and facility is going to do a revision in October sometime. And this is where you start with these products, and it's like, I thought I would just get a regular total knee patient that was, doing great, but still wanted to have a little bit more, wanted to be on the cutting edge. Nope. Instead, you get the worst of the worst. And I'll add this. I spoke with a surgeon last week, brought in bagels for like 100 people in his clinic, and it was a great day. I in-serviced so many people, and everybody was on the same page. This is pretty cool and everything. Went out to lunch with the surgeon, and finally he let his guard down. He says, yeah, I've got this guy, and I manipulated him, totally replacement. I manipulated him once. I may have to manipulate him again. He's got pain issues. He's developing probably RSD. And we're still at the point now where he's trying to sell the patient the BendAid. It's crazy. This is a good surgeon and a good guy, and it's just a crazy business. So, hey, Sutter World, and my heart is with you guys no matter where you are, what walk of life you're in. What a great experience way back. Feel welcome to contact me. So you can email me, dan@bendaid.net. You can look at the little website we have, BendAid, BENDAID.net. Call me on my cell if you want, 218-766-5604. I know that's old school, but thank you so much for taking a little time with me. And I love all you guys. Let's just keep doing what we know how to do. Take care.